Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 4th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, I thought the plug was being pulled on the operation. Yes, you know, once the government or whoever these people are that obviously hired Michael and co to track down the data card, figured out that there were 6 and not 1. They thought that it'd be too much. They thought that it'd be way over their head and they wouldn't be able to get all of it and access it. And they thought the resources would be best just pulled and Michael and co just put inside. Well, they chased him down and he was all on the run. They managed to grab a couple of them, but Michael actually escaped himself. Luckily for Michael, he knew that a meeting was taking place. Now, he never technically knew who was arriving, but once he was there and he was watching, he figured out that the 6 members that was all stood together talking was actually the 6 people in possession of the data cards. And yes, they've got 1 already that they've extracted that none of them actually know, because they did go into the house and encrypt the code, didn't they? And now he took a picture on his cell phone of the other 5 people stood there having a conversation and took it back and said, look, mate, you know, I've got so much information in the past couple of days than you have in months, basically. Give us a bit of time, let us work together, and we could successfully do this. Now, the officer, you know, that hired them, that brought them here, you know, in a cargo plane, he said, look, mate, you know, you got 1 chance at this. You do what I say, and we go after them. You know, I've been told to pull this plug on you guys and this operation, but you actually are giving us a bit of information and we're going to cut you free. The operation's still back on. Get to work. And now, obviously, they've got a plan. Well, they've got the people. Now they've got to make a plan how they can go in and extract the data from these people, which is going to be really interesting. T-Bag, he's made his way to LA. He's pretending to be James Whistler, but he's not James Whistler. He's pretending to be somebody else. I can't remember who the name actually was on the forms. He did get the key, go into one of the lockers, and in there it had a job position at somewhere called Gate, an apartment place where he's currently living, obviously rent-free. He's loving it. And they tried to call in, get a check mailed to him, basically a signing-on bonus from James and his new company. But this guy, his boss that he's spoken to, said, look, mate, I'll hand deliver it to you. I'll pop it right into your hand there, but I'd like to put you know, a face to the voice. We've always been talking over emails. It's good to finally hear you. And he doesn't technically know what he looks like, so now he's going to pretend to be him, which is going to be interesting because I don't know how it's going to go down, considering that he said that he's like the best sales manager or something in LA, and you know, he's going to have an office right there and he wants to see him come in and see how he works. So I have no idea what T-Bag's actually going to do, but I know that obviously he's in the middle of trying to hunt Michael down, which is going to be interesting. Again, talking about, you know, rivalries, we had Lincoln and what is his name now, Mahomes, at the start of the season, when Lincoln said, look, mate, once all this is done, me and you are going to throw down. Well, Lincoln's acquired information. He's figured out, he's heard that Mahomes on the phone talking to, you know, his ex-colleague was saying, look, they killed my son. I need to go after them. I need this information. I need you to do something for me. And it's changed the whole perspective on how Lincoln's obviously seen Mahomes. Yes, okay, he's not happy that he killed his father, but they did try and take LJ out and they did make him go on the run. And they've done the same here with Mahomes. They tried to flush him out and they killed his little boy. He's left his wife alive and said that, you know, if he doesn't actually show himself or, you know, hand himself over, then she's going to be next. Lincoln's just turned around and said, look, mate, I'm really sorry what's happened to you. You know, we've got this job to do here, but once we've successfully done this and we've finished it, me and you together as a team, I'm going to help you go and take these people down. So again, I'm loving that. I actually really am. Can't wait to see what's in store for today. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Hey, you get anything off the video?
Oh, it's a camera phone 50 feet away, so it's pretty grainy. You ever been on one of those?
I was still drinking at the time, so I don't remember much.
Not a lot of yachts where I'm from.
I always kind of wanted to live on one.
What's wrong with the SS Minnow back?
Nothing. You really want to drop that thing in the water someday?
Yeah, why not?
We got something.
When did Lincoln get these tattoos? I've only just noticed them.
We got a license plate. Can you blow it up? I need to see more detail.
I'm already on it.
Deciphering the cards, the break-in. We need to plan.
Agent Self will provide that information. Find out where the Turkish consul is in town.
Consulate is downtown.
Yeah, but we can't get into the consulate.
We can follow him from there.
I'm gonna stay back and work on the video.
I've already said I think that he's going to do a sacrifice to save him.
Code 5, how are you?
I like how he's committed to it though. Look at him, he's proper prepping.
IFFDR.
That's our guy.
He's got the card on him.
Oh, yes.
You lost it.
How?
You got it.
I don't know
She's
what
got
to tell
it.
you other than you lost it. It's gone, man.
You gotta get out of here now.
Somebody's got to go in. Sweet talker. Try and get closer for a couple of minutes.
Hello?
Sarah. Hey, it's Don Self. I have some bad news.
Oh yeah,
Bruce
but he
Banks
was killed.
found dead in his apartment this morning.
Oh well, he was shot in the back of the head, wasn't he?
The value of the kip is at 10. I'll let you know as soon as it reaches 15. Please, be safe.
They did have a number of 10,000, and we're assuming 10,000 people casualties in something that's going to happen. But what is it?
See the three suits forming a triangle around her? Those are private contractors. Company would only do that for the inner circle. We're not getting anywhere near that lady.
Oh yo, imagine that he can get in there and help them. Imagine that. Mate, what would the odds be that he has to be part of their team? Because obviously he's got this, but to be honest, he probably could. I don't know how deep James was into it, and you know the connections that he had. Obviously he was going by fake aliases, and I know that he was like apparently it looked like his new job was going to be like a salesman or something, but maybe that gives him access to a couple of these people. I ain't too sure, but it'd be interesting if, again, they're forced to work with Teabag because of the information or the position that he can kind of go to in terms of obviously getting information off these cards.
That ain't the Brothers Grimm.
Where's the bird book?
Bird book?
Where's the book?
I don't think the two of you are supposed to be carousing around the Angel City any more than I am.
Oh, give him a kidney shot. I forgot he wanted that book.
Tancredi. If she or any of those other names come up, call me.
Where are you?
Los Angeles. Trailing Dr. Sarah Tancredi. If anyone knows what Rocky's hiding under, it's her.
What about Gretchen?
I'm having her softened up. She lives until
She talks.
Teabag's in town?
Yeah, but we lost him. He could be anywhere by now.
I shouldn't have called him. I knew that. I should never have reached out to him. I shouldn't have involved him in any of
Bennett
this.
chose to help you. I'm sorry.
Can I help you?
That smile you already have. I'm Cole Pfeiffer.
Mr. White is looking forward to meeting with you, Cole, but he's just running a few minutes late. You can have a seat right over there.
His name is Theodore Bagwell. He was with us in Panama, and now he's here in Los Angeles, and he has a book that Malone thinks this book has a plan for the break-in.
Lisa Tabak, wife of the Turkish consul, married 4 years, children, none. Listed as the logistician in the executive profile for Sensa.
According to this press release, Lisa Tabak is being honored at some charity shindig downtown.
When a police officer dies in the line of duty, he's an eagle. The ones he leaves behind are angel. That's a benefit for the Association of Law Enforcement. If you're gonna get near her, you're gonna be with about half the cops in LA.
Jasper, where the hell you been?
Thinking.
Did you find the location?
Yes.
Settle down, all right? I'm coming to you.
It doesn't matter, because you're never going to be able to get in. Not where they're keeping
He's
it.
getting killed. I'm gonna get there first. Yeah, look, he's already waiting. As soon as he steps outside, he's gone.
Here's everything on the list. Sure we have to steal them?
It's the one thing we need that we can't get at a store, buddy, so yes, we gotta steal them.
I have to catch a flight to San Francisco, but I just wanted to say how thrilled we are to have you here.
Well, why don't I show you to your office, Cole?
Okay. So this is where I'm gonna be doing my work, right here, in this, office.
Amazed that somebody I've never even seen at a convention or seminar just falls from the sky and shatters all of our sales records.
When you believe in Gate like I do, it ain't that hard to sell.
And here's your corner office, as requested.
As requested. It's got to be specifically for a certain reason. Do you not think? I feel like he's working himself well, you know, like figuring stuff out. You need to watch it, don't you? Because like that guy was saying, if she goes out and gets made, then obviously if he tracks her down, he's going to be around Michael.
What can I get you? Club soda, please.
How many years? How many years have you been sober?
3 years and 3 months. Yeah, it doesn't feel good today. But I'll take the high five for cracking the big question.
She likes kind of like having one at the side and then obviously not drinking it and showing that her strength.
Cheers, honey.
Hey, the guy's killed somebody in every episode so far, this dude. Honestly, he has. What are they doing? Are they gonna... Oh, what's that? All right. Guard's surely gonna come down though if it doesn't come back on the screen. Oh, no way. They're gonna get police badges. All right. And they can blend in as a cop. I'm sure that impersonating a cop is like fully illegal. The way that impersonating a doctor, I'm pretty sure, is really illegal as well. But like to impersonate a cop in a room full of thousands of cops, that's crazy, isn't it, mate? That takes some nuts. Now, obviously, they're in the extreme situation where they've got to go in and do this. They need to go and get that data card. And to be fair, now they're inside of that room. Also, you need to... Did they say it was only 10 meters? 10 meters is quite a bit of distance. Now, again, it's also not a lot of distance, but then it is when you're kind of in the same room as somebody. Like, if you have to get 10 meters, you have to get close to them. But then once you get in the same room, it isn't that far. I'm pretty sure I could stand one side of this room and on the other side, 10 meters away, I'd be able to get it. So, like, as long as they're in the vicinity of it, then they should be okay. Now, it depends on where she actually situates herself inside of the room. If she's only going there to do a public speech or something, like the general will say, you need to keep up appearances. She may be on the stage, and that way it's going to be hard for them to kind of get close unless they get a part of the patrol that kind of like, you know, goes around it. Maybe they can become one of the triangles as well, or maybe they become the triangle. Maybe they take down the 3 guards that was around them and then follow her. But then they were Secret Service or something, wasn't they? You know, private, what would you call it, like private hire, where these are obviously police officers themselves. It's clever though that they've gone in there and took the badges and took the suits, but I would have thought that the guy upstairs who was looking at the CCTV would have come down and checked it, because obviously they fuzzed the screen, didn't they? But no, they got away from it, so I'm excited to see what happens now. Who's got the phone? Who needs to get closer? Is it Michael?
Person in my family. So it's the good ones.
Ronald Winston Shepard. You can call me Shep.
Shep, I really don't feel like talking right now.
You've been talking to her.
Leave her alone, okay?
I snapped the phone.
When I was 13, I had to go see Annie. My mom had passed away earlier that year, and my dad had agreed to take me, and my dad called from work, and he said he wasn't going to make it. And Bruce came. He showed up to take me, and he took me home, and he said that if I ever needed him, he'd be there for me. And a month ago, I needed him, and I called him, and he died for it.
Let me do you a favor.
Take that away now. She's getting a bit emotional. Yeah.
We all know why we're here tonight. So I'd like to begin with a moment of silence, renew our dedication to the law.
Everybody there's lost someone, haven't they, in different ways. The guy seen him outside, yeah.
I've been made, guys. Get the card copied.
He's just dipped. He didn't even show no association with these two.
The kip's at 15.
I am very sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave.
Michael might need to go over now and pause her.
She's leaving.
Guy's gonna come after him.
Lincoln Burrows.
Oh, he full on like knows who it is. Yeah, the guy proper made him. Not that he thought, oh, it's a bit of suspicious activity, you know, in the car. Like, I seen that guy, and now he's here dressed as a cop. He actually physically knows it's Lincoln. Checking he wants a cash prize, I don't know. Again, though, what you would do is you would kneecap them. That's what I heard. I say it every time, but it immobilizes them, and then you can do whatever you want with them. Hand them in, take them over, kill them, whatever you want. But like, you got to do something to stop them from potentially causing you harm, because clearly he's not going to go down without a fight. You know what I mean? He's not just going to let you stand there and point at him. You know what he's done before? He's escaped a prison. You know what I mean? He's been involved in all these things.
Move it.
Look, why don't you just call one of the cops?
I work for the company, bros. We don't need cops.
Oh, T-Bag. I mean, Bellic stabbed him. Mate, killed him there in front of all those police officers.
Yeah, problem. I just killed one of the guards.
Let's go now.
Maybe Michael can get close during the chaos, you know what I mean, of everybody panicking.
It seems your friend Whistler wasn't the only one looking into Scylla. Do you know anything about that?
No.
You never know anything, do you? Can't keep lying to me.
No, I don't know.
I can make this a lot harder.
Can he not just inject her with that truth serum thing like he done with the guy last episode?
A credit card belonging to Bruce Bennett was just used at a bar in San Pedro.
Maybe that guy robbing that card's the last of him as well.
I have a DOA outside. I believe it's one of your men. You need to come with me. No one's leaving here until we make an ID. Please. If you could just wait with me, man.
It's only 2 minutes.
It should only take a few minutes.
Does the process start again every time? Was that like 30-40% last time? Oh yeah, it has to restart every time.
Of some others you have. You have something new.
One day.
Mate, she's just struggling with it all, isn't she? Literally. Oh, she's gonna be in the bathroom when this guy comes in.
I'm looking for this woman, Sarah Tancredi.
I reckon he'll believe her when she says she don't know her. Clearly, that's what she's gonna say. She's not gonna say, yeah, she's over there in the bathroom, go over.
Okay.
Here we go. Hell yes.
It's nothing. Travel safely.
Mr. Beck, we gotta leave. I'm telling you, I haven't seen her.
She went out the back door. The thing is, right, that woman there that Michael was stood next to can maybe suspect his susness, if that makes sense. Like, she might think, oh, this situation's a bit dodgy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what's going on. I don't know if I could trust him. You know, the whole thing is like a weird vibe. But then when you look at it, he's not touched her. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's done any physical thing to her. She doesn't seem threatened. You know, nothing that happened should make her think, oh, the data card that's in my bag is being copied or transferred. Do you know what I mean? Or somebody's here to steal it from me. Now, you can think the situation's a bit weird and not really catch like the vibes that's going on and liking the situation, and it's strange what's you know, like what's happening. But that's the same as like the first one as well. You know, the fact is they've acquired these quite smoothly. I know it didn't go to plan the first time with the phone being left in the house and the alarm went on and he snuck in and out. But like, even that, if they thought that house over there was a bit weird, it's a bit sus that that's going on and nobody's there because he said he was on holiday or whatnot. Like, your mind wouldn't go to, oh, the data card in the house, that's been taken. You know what I mean? And again, it's this situation. I know something was going on and you might not like the situation and like how it feels around, but my mind wouldn't be drawn to the card because nobody's kind of made an approach on me or like contact or anything. And I think that they've done the execution of both of them really well so far.
Oh, look out, fellas! It's the pigs, run!
Shut up, wise ass.
Where's Sarah?
It's not my turn to watch her.
Tip came into LAPD. The assailant thought the consul was at the event. Lisa's bodyguard got in the way.
What currency is that? Turkish?
I had a guy, he used to work for the company for about 11 years until he turned against him and decided to help me. He said he had the location we needed. Found him dead in his apartment today. Now I have no idea where we need to break into. Regardless of what happens, I like your style, Schofield.
You need anything else, Mr. Cole?
I'm all right, little lady.
Did you have a phone call of that guy? All 2 times.
Cole Pfeiffer did not arrive for our meeting.
You don't have Scylla. I'll be in Los Angeles if anyone needs me.
They did say that someone else was after it as well, not just Whistler.
I don't know. I didn't pick up anything about the card.
What's even his name? Don't like him.
I'm looking for the man who killed my son.
What do you need?
See, I'm glad he's helping though.
I need you to get into the FBI database and find a profile.
Decent sketch. Does kind of look like him, doesn't it?
So,
Well, I was worried. Where are you?
and you're all I have left, and that scares me. I just want to be together.
We are together. Why don't you come back and we'll make some dinner and maybe find a little time for ourselves.
Maybe she's getting jumped. I don't know. Has the guy found her? Yeah. Basically, following her to whatever location that she's about to go to is a jackpot for him, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He's been hunting down heads and he's killed somebody in every episode so far, and he's a professional assassin. And technically, he's walking into the lion's den, if that makes sense, but like they don't know he's coming. So he's got the upper advantage, really, considering he's a professional trained killer. And you know, all of them are just ex-cons, and some of them have not even killed anybody themselves. Mahone, though, he has killed a lot of people and he is searching for him. So I'm pretty sure that if he turns up, tries to take a few of them out and Mahone clocks him, then it's going to be really interesting. Now, if I could choose, I wouldn't have him be killed this early on into the show, if that makes sense. So like if he goes back to that warehouse now when they're all there and he does see him and they have a shootout and all this goes down, I hope that he actually comes away with it. And, you know, I don't want him to die just yet. I mean, at the end of the season, I want Michael and Cole to beat the company. I do, you know what I mean? Like I said, but here he's causing a bit of drama right now, a lot of deaths, you know what I mean? And he's fully in the plot, if that makes sense. The general's giving him orders, you know, he's going there trying to talk to Gretchen, he's coming here tracking her down. He's got too much involvement for me to have him removed right now. So I'd love to see the fight between Mahomes and him later on down the show. A bit of cat and mouse chasing. I see you come after you, I run away. You know, you got the upper advantage. Next episode, you got the upper advantage, I'm running away. Until it comes down to just them and them. You know what I mean? Him and Mahomes standing in front of each other, ready to throw it down. That'd be really, really good. But yeah, not really Sarah's fault that she's been made. You know, she just needed a few minutes to herself. You know what I mean? The whole situation's kind of overwhelming. She's still struggling with the PTSD. You know, he's died as well. She's kind of blaming herself. She's gone to a bar. Like I said, we've seen it before. When she sat in the bar, she's not drunk, but she's kind of ordered to drink, and he's kind of like held it, and it's just like a coping mechanism so far. But it did look like she was spiraling a little bit, and the woman took it off her and had a sip herself and said, "Look, mate, let me do you a favour." I'm glad that she didn't turn her over as well, and he snuck out the back door. But, you know, the guy who robbed the card and obviously used it, he's the one that's got them in this situation. You know, he's the one that highlighted the location, and now obviously they could potentially get caught. But again, really interesting. I think that T-Bag's doing really well, to be honest. I know he's got the book, but like he's fitting into this role and he's trying to play the guy, and he is deciphering things here and there and people and locations and just rooms and names, and he is going to end up being a key asset to him. I do think that, you know, knowing him, he's going to figure all this out and then eat the book. I mean, he was walking through the desert in like the first episode or something, and he was eating the pages then. So I mean, he loves his old eating the paper, and I feel like he's going to get to a point where he's got enough information that he'll absorb it himself, eat it, and then he'll have to be the resource, you know what I mean, the knowledge. He'll be the leverage so that it keeps his life on the line when they do come knocking. I'll wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So in today's episode, we actually learned that there was 2 players going after Scylla. You know, this is new information to me anyway. They did say, the general, that it wasn't just Whistler that was trying to, you know, acquire this. It was somebody else, and we didn't really know who it is or been told. But today's episode, we did see that T-Bag was supposed to meet with somebody called Mr. Zhang. Now, he had 2 calls to his office, and he didn't obviously pick up. He wasn't there. He had his number, but he never called him as well while he was sat in his office today. He was trying to figure out what's going on, actually, wasn't he? He was looking at the corner office because it was specifically requested. I think there was numbers on the door as well. It was like 122B or something like that. You know, it was all in the book, and he's trying to figure out what's going on in this book because, like I said, this will be his leverage. Once he gets it and acquires it and sucks it all in, the knowledge of Colin Pfeiffer, I think his name is, he can then destroy it, and then it'll leave him as, like, I don't know, key. Basically, you know, he's not disposable. You'll have to keep him around because everybody needs that information. You've seen how far the company's willing to go to get Whistler out of prison just for this book. So if he can memorize it or get it and figure it out, then he's going to be totally worth keeping hold of as well. So it's interesting. Now, this guy's been beating up Gretchen, trying to figure out information as well from her. She's not telling it. I would love her to be part of Michael's team. Now, I can't really see that happening just because of everything that went on last season and how it all went down, but I don't know how she's going to fit into a team. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, it's been broke up into teams. You got the Team Michael and all them people in there, and then you've got Team Company. Now, if she's going to be part of the plan, she's got to join a side. And as we know, in the first episode, she was working with Whistler, who actually, we was told, was there to try and take down the company. He was the one that was trying to copy the data cards. I wonder if he knew that there was more than 6. You know, he probably did. But like I say, she was helping him, and she technically is on Michael's side, or she should be anyway. But I don't know if they would want her to be part of it, but I would. It'd be really good. Now, interesting, like I said as well, they've got a second data card today. Now, they caused a diversion in terms of they had to kill somebody. Well, it wasn't planned, actually. They had to think fast on the feet. Now, Lincoln was good because he clocked that he was made and he left that situation, which didn't raise kind of suspicions on Michael and Mahomes because of their associations together. When he was outside, they were scoping the place. One of them guards, he looked over and he seen them. He made eye contact. And then later on in the day, when he got the badges and the suits and they gone inside and pretended to be cops, you know, I thought it was quite clever that Michael stuck the phone underneath the desk, to be honest, and he was hoping that he was going to sit down and then make that data transfer. Would have been easy peasy lemon squeezy, wouldn't it? Would make total sense. If you sat at that desk, it would easily have got it and acquired it. something that I learned today anyway, is my question was, if you got like 30% of the data transfer and then she walked away and broke the signal, if you ever return back to it, would you continue on from the 30? And the answer was no in today's episode anyway, because they did get to about 30 or 40% and then she ended up moving, and then when they had to get close again, it started from 0. Now, like I said, Lincoln noticed that the guard seen him and he left and he went outside. And Bellick come and saved the day as well. He did. He come and he stabbed him. I wonder if he's going to experience some PTSD as well, because, you know, decisions that people make, you know, sometimes it's think fast on the feet, but it doesn't mean that they always agree with it later down the line. Sometimes you just act without thinking, and I believe that's what he done. And obviously it give Lincoln enough seconds to obviously grabbing the knife and kill him himself. Then they've used it to their advantage, really. They've not told all the cops inside, but they've gone over, kind of like pulled and ushered them to the side, said, look mate, I think one of your men's been killed. Before you actually leave this place, you need to go out there, identify the body. Michael's going to stay here, or whatever name that they said, and he's gone, and Michael stood there for 2 minutes, nose bleeding again. Like I said, mate, I feel like he's going to have some sort of tumour going on in the brain. He's not been diagnosed, he doesn't really know what's going on, but 4 episodes in, it's happened 2 or 3 times now, so it's something to be concerned about moving forward. Sarah's the perfect person that he can speak to as well. She's the doctor. She'll probably be able to tell him what's actually going on. There's a couple of times as well, like they've been talking about, you know, being together. She's saying that he's the one that's kind of keeping her on the straight and narrow right now, but, you know, and they want to just be together. That's what I think it said like 3 times, and they can be together, but they have to execute this plan first. And to be honest, it is going all well. 2 times they've gone to get this data card, which is very important to the company, heavily guarded, properly firewalled down, and they've managed to take 2 of them without anybody even knowing that information has been taken. So I think that's really, really good. And like that, is he called Don, the guy that's obviously hired them? He's even said to Michael that he likes his approach. He's skillful, mate. He's decent, and I'm really enjoying it. Also, you know, you got to say that that new guy introduced, you know, what's his name now, the guy that could do it on the computers, he's obviously cracking something or figuring information out, because when Lincoln come over, mate, he pressed a button and it all shut down off the screen, and he's being sketchy himself, even though he did say that it would help Mahones track down this guy, because he's got a sketch of him, and he was saying he was, what, 6'2", African-American, 220 build, works inside, obviously, the service. He wants him to track it down. The scope's going to be narrow. But like I said, if you follow Sarah and go straight to that location, you're just going to be walking right into him anyway, so it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait for it. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.